at Denver, when he was with the New York Giants, and here with the Atlanta Falcons.
Elway, the most valuable player. Grabbed first by Neil Smith, then by Shannon Sharp, and then by Mike Shanahan.
John Elway could be the most valuable player for a lot of years, can he? For some eras.
He was telling us that we were talking with him about missing the game, and he said, you know, people always say you're going to miss the camaraderie, the locker room, the players. He said the thing I don't miss so much is that because I'm so much older than the rest of them.
But what he's going to miss is he's going to miss the competition. He's going to miss playing the game. When you play at the level that John Elway plays, there's not a lot of people in this world that know that level.
And not a lot of people know the feeling that the Denver Broncos have at this moment. Ed McCaffrey, who had a great second half.
Now this is fun. If you're the Denver Broncos player, coach, family, this is fun.
If you're on the other side of the field, it's not.
Now it's the lowest of the low, the highest of the high. And if you're a Bronco, all you can do is giggle. I think that's what John Elway's doing. He can't stop giggling, and I know that feeling. I've been there, I've seen that, and all you do is walk around and giggle.
And you know, the Falcons, they're not the champions. They lose 34-19, but they had so many chances, and that has to linger with them for a long time.
Yeah, they were, you know, they go back, and maybe they left everything in Minnesota. I mean, maybe that great comeback against the Minnesota Vikings, winning in overtime at their place, one of the greatest games I've ever seen. Maybe the Atlanta Falcons left their game up there.
Terrell Davis wound up with 25 carries, 102 yards, and when your team gets over 100 yards, you have an individual who gets over 100 yards rushing in this game, the Super Bowl game. No team has ever lost.
No, and I think the thing you have to give a lot of credit to that offensive line of the Denver Broncos.
Don't you?
I mean, we looked at how Terrell Davis ran, and he had some great big holes there. We also looked at the pass protection that they gave John Elway.
But John Elway wasn't even hurried. They put no pressure on him. Coming up, the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy, and the celebration continues here on Fox.
Guiding Denver to become the 6th team to win back-to-back Super Bowls, and he's up on a podium with our own Terry Bradshaw.
Thank you. Thank you very much, James Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Fox Sports, let us be the first to congratulate the Denver Broncos on winning Super Bowl XXXIII. I'd like to now introduce the Commissioner of the National Football League, Paul Tagliabue, who will give the Vince Lombardi Award which is emblematic of the world champions, to Pat Bowlen, owner of the Denver Broncos.
Pat and Mike, you faced a very, very tough Atlanta Falcons team at the top of its game. But today, your team, the Denver Broncos, capped another outstanding season with a dominating performance. Congratulations to the two of you and to the whole team on becoming the first AFC team in almost 20 years to win back-to-back Super Bowls. And a special word to you, John. If, and I underline if, this is your last game, on behalf of millions of fans around the world, I want to say thank you to you for so many memorable memories. John Elway, thank you.
Pat, this is your 5th Super Bowl since you own the Denver Broncos. I have to suspect that the best 2 moves that you've made as owner, number 1 was bringing Mike Shanahan back as your head coach, and number 2, convincing, if that's a good word, John Elway into coming back for a 16th season.
Well, I hope I can convince him to come back for a 17th. But I'd like to just say a few things. First of all, I'd like to thank Mike, his coaches, and the team for the greatest season ever in Bronco history, 19-2 and a Super Bowl win. I'd like to thank the fans. I'd like to thank the fans, all the people who worked on the stadium effort and voted for it. And lastly, I'd like to thank my family and my close friends who without whose support I would never be here. 4 words. This one's for you.
Pat Bowlen, owner, Denver Broncos. Mike Shanahan, step in here, Coach. Here, get your hands on that. It's getting to be a...
Feels awful good.
It feels good?
Feels great.
Let me ask you, it looked like if there's one play that turned this game around was the 80-yard touchdown pass to Rob Smith right after Morton Anderson missed the field goal.
You're right. In fact, a little bit earlier, we ran the same play and we hit a comeback route. We came back with the same type of action. John had a little time, did a great job hitting Rod Smith on that post route. It was a big turnaround.
You've seemed to have made all the right moves. This football team has won 32 games in the last 2 years. It has won back-to-back Super Bowls. I mean, if you had to point one finger at one thing, this defense of yours, the adjustments that you made in the second half, the 3 interceptions of Chandler, the fumble, what were the keys in the second half?
Well, Terry, we just got a football team that believes in each other. Every time we go out in the field, we got 46 guys that are committed. We've had some ups and downs, more ups and downs, but when guys keep on working together and they believe in each other, good things happen. I couldn't be more proud of this football team and the players and our coaching staff.
Now, this is a tough question for you. Are you interested in John Elway coming back to be your quarterback for a 17th season?
I would love John to come back next season. He's going to have to sit down and decide that, but what he's meant to this organization, to this city, and to be able to get 2 Super Bowls in the world, I mean, in 2 consecutive years is just unbelievable. I want him to come back for the 3rd, but he's going to have to make that decision on his own.
All right, Mike Shanahan, congratulations very much. Let's bring in the MVP of Super Bowl 33, John Elway. John. Here you go. Tilt that up high. There you are. It looks like winning Super Bowls is kind of becoming an old habit for you.
It sure is nice to start a little bit later than I wanted to, but it's sure nice to win them.
Let me ask you, John, the first half, a lot of passes to Rob Smith. What were the changes? The second half, McCaffrey, John Madden was talking about well, don't forget about McCaffrey in the second half. Your running game a little sluggish starting off. What were the adjustments that you made, especially when Shannon Sharp went out with an injury?
Well, you know, we always miss Shannon, and we missed him today, but Byron Chamberlain came in and did a great job, and we were getting some things, to Rod in the first half, and they started taking him away, and they were playing us some man coverage, and then Eddie just kept working. That's the great thing about this offense is there's so many different weapons that we can spread the ball around. If they start taking something away, we have someplace else to go.
And this season, you have set so many milestones, 50,000 yards passing, 300 touchdown passes. Today, you're the MVP in this league, going back to another Pro Bowl. On and on we go, John. It's hard for me to imagine. And you told me now, on tape, I've got it, where you said, Terry, if we win back-to-back Super Bowls, I will come back. Now, my question is, now, are you going to keep your word? Are you coming back for a 17th season?
You know what? I don't know. I think that this definitely throws a kink in it, but I'm going to take some time, really relish this win, and it's been a great year. It was a lot of fun, and I got the greatest teammates in the world. I'm just happy that I could play with them, and we'll sit down and figure out what happens next year.
Now, if in fact, no one, John, I have to tell you this, of the 6 teams that have repeated as world champions, no one has ever come back and three-peated. Now, you know, that's got to be quite a thrill. I mean, I would love to have done that. Surely that's got to be crossing your mind even as we stand here right now.
You got to love those challenges. But we got the team and we got the nucleus to here to do it. And so, like I said, it definitely throws a kink in my thinking.
I imagine it does. Let me ask you one thing. How long? I mean, last year it took a little longer for you to make a decision on coming back, but will this be a quick decision on your behalf?
You know, I would hope so, but I think that, heck, that's what I came back for, is to enjoy a Super Bowl and enjoy a Super Bowl win. And so, again, I'm gonna enjoy this win and you know, just spend some time with my kids.
I'm not going to let you alone.
I know that. And then we'll go from there.
You know what? Give me a call, will you, when you make your decision, so I'll be the first to know.
You got it.
Okay, John Elway, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bring in Terrell Davis. Terrell! Here you go.
That's how my baby, you the man.
It looked to me like Atlanta was ready for you the first quarter, especially, Terrell. Not many holes. I know against the Jets you ran a lot to the left tonight, a lot to the right. It also appears to me that you gave the Atlanta defense a migraine headache.
Well, coming in here, we knew that the Atlanta defense was going to be tough, and it was going to be tough to run the ball on, but John came through in the clutch. He was throwing the ball well, and our team just stuck together and made some big plays. I got to give a shout-out to my teammates down there. They're not getting enough love, baby. There you go. Shout out to my boys down there.
You know, was the plays to Howard Griffith at the goal line. Were those new plays put in just for the Atlanta Falcons because everyone expected Terrell Davis to carry the ball?
Well, we saw something in the defense that on the jab play that the fullback was getting in pretty easy, so we decided to put Howard, give him the ball, let him be the hero today. He did a great job getting there, lowering his shoulder, and, you know, taking – where my man Griff at anyway?
Howard Griffin.
Where my man Griff at?
Darren, come here. Let's bring in Darren Gordon. You're making a habit. What is with these interceptions? 2 against the Jets, now 2 today. What did you see in the second half for you that allowed you to make the interceptions, Darren?
Well, first I just want to give all praises to the Creator for allowing us to have this win and just to be here. But, you know, we just went out and the D-line did a great job with the pressure, forced Chandler into some bad decisions, and, you know, I was in the right place at the right time.
Okay, well, I want to say congratulations to the Denver Broncos. All right, Denver Broncos, world champions, Super Bowl XXXIII. Now, JB, back to you.
Of course, was John Elway in last year's Super Bowl with the dive, if you will. As you take a look at John Elway now, who has just put together, crafted simply, a sensational game.
JB, Howard Griffith, 2 touchdowns tonight. They call you big money. I guess now we know why.
Well, you know, I had an opportunity to make some plays happen for us today, and they called my number, and I was able to make it happen today. So I'm just happy I had the opportunity.
One of the most unselfish players on the team, blocking for the last 2 years for Terrell Davis. Is this kind of like payback?
It is. You know, I think it's starting to give a little glory back to the fullback position, and, you know, I needed to have a game like this so more people will respect the position, and hopefully it'll better our job.
You said in minicamp you believe that this team could get back and repeat. How's the reality?
It's a reality, and, you know, that's the best thing. When you set out and you set a goal and you're able to attain that goal, it's the greatest feeling in the world.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Back to you.
We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world.